Hello, basketball fans, and welcome to the ECSU follow-through. I am Clay Mercer with ECSU men's basketball coach John Richardson III, following the Vikings' difficult 43-61 loss to the Panthers here inside the Vaughan Center. Coach Richardson, your initial thoughts on this game?
Just like I told Karina, you're talking about a team that's experienced, and they're very physical. We didn't match um, their when they imposed their will on the game, and we were prepared for it. Like I told Karina, I probably didn't do a good job of really, really, really emphasizing uh, being able to rebound the ball. I mean, we really did a good job defensively of really making them miss that initial shot. But when you allow second chance opportunities to a team like that, it just wears on you mentally. And I thought, as the game went on, they kind of broke our spirit a bit, and they continue to impose their will, and they're just physical. But again, I'll take full responsibility for that because we got to get back to practice and probably be a little bit more physical in drills that we're doing now.
One of the good things that I talked about early on, I was wondering how the Vikings were going to come out and start this game off. In the game against Bowie State, they got on an 8-0 run, and then the Vikings were able to come right back with an 8-0 run themselves. In the game that you played back on January 29th against the Panthers, they got off to a 7-0 run, and the Vikings were able to come back. That didn't happen in this game, but that's a good thing for ECSU. You don't want to continue to have those slow starts.
No, I thought we were ready to play. We were excited to play. I mean, the crowd was tremendous,
Outstanding.
and I mean, we had everything in our favor. When we came out, I felt very, very good, just knowing that if we could protect the ball and rebound. I mean, I put it on the board, several times. I've been just emphasizing rebounding because their physicality, they're just so physical, and if you allow them to be able to not to get second chance opportunities, they have a way. I mean, they've been doing it for 50 years. And again, this is on me. This is one that I'm going to wear all weekend, and we'll be better for it, for our next game on Wednesday.
You talk about the will that they try to just impose on teams. And in the second half, especially, they really started to get into their bag, is what we kind of say, and
Yeah.
they started to impose their will. Malachi Dark, we knew what type of ball player he is. And on the inside, he just played really well. Didn't miss a shot, 9 of 9, if you look at the stats very correctly. But he did exactly what you expected him to do. He's got that body, and obviously he knows how to use it. And the interesting part about the Panthers is when he goes to the bench, you got another big man coming in, and then you got another big man coming in. Again, that's been the Union trademark for many a year.
Yeah. We did a good job against Malachi in Richmond. Our guys, really followed the game plan. This time around, I thought Malachi was probably a little bit more patient. And then for some reason, the doubles didn't come as quick as they did in Richmond. And I got to go back and check the film and see why that happened. They did a better job of really reverse sealing. So, when he didn't get it on the first side, they would skip it to the middle, and then he would reverse seal. So
Yes.
now the double can't come. And so, they made an adjustment. But you got to work hard to really fight his touch in the post. And he'll load. He's a load, and we got two younger players in there that just fought. They fought. Donovan fought and Anthony fought, and but in the end, you can't teach 280 pounds. That light on his feet, that got good touch around the basket, and he had a good night.
Yeah.
He really had a good night.
Definitely one of the better ball players in the entire conference. And again, we've got some really good talent on this basketball team. Trevor Smith tried to play hard. Again, he was the leading scorer of this basketball team with 12 points, taking it on the inside, trying to go against the big boys. He did a fine job. But talk a little bit about when you talk about Flamer and you talk about what the big guys weren't able to do here today. I think the size of Virginia Union just caused some issues for us on the offensive end.
Yeah, you can tell that that Coach Butler challenged his interior guys. And it wasn't just Malachi, but I mean, who really, and he was a thorn in our side in Richmond, was Elijah Scranton, number 5. I mean, 10 rebounds, 7 offensive. He has a big time motor, and I mean, so again, it was a total team win for them because again, they didn't shoot well. They never shoot well, from the field, but they give themselves more opportunities than you to score points. And I mean, when they get 61 attempts and we only get 37 attempts, that's kind of the ball game right there.
Yes,
I mean, so when you get more cracks at it, you're going to, be able to have more opportunity to score. And again, just disappointing for our fans. I'm disappointed as an alum. And again, this one is on me.
Yeah.
This was on me. Those kids' fault. They tried the best they could under the circumstances, but John Richardson didn't do a good job of preparing them.
Coach, obviously the rebounding numbers are just, you look at the offensive rebound, 18 for Virginia Union in this game on the offensive boards. That's something that you talk about putting players on your back and boxing out. Even with Virginia Union's size, they really imposed their will on the inside, and it was just hard for us to handle.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's what they've been doing for 50 years. That's what they do. I mean, it goes all the way back to the days of Charles Oakley, and and now they got guys that have that kind of strength and ability to be able to pursue the ball and playing with great effort. And again, as we now start to count down toward Baltimore, I'm prayerful, hopeful that I will be able to inject some of that passion that we are fully capable. But against a team like that, I got to emphasize to them that you got to be very good every possession. You got to limit teams to one shot every possession and it's only going to get harder, Clay.
Yeah,
I mean, this time of the year, everybody is trying to jock for position and get ready for Baltimore. And we got 4 more conference games where now we can still make a run at this thing. And hopefully, if we see Union again, we know that we can play with them, but you got to be able to match physicality. And if you don't do that, this is the result you get. And again, I got to be better. I got to be better.
You look at the turnover situation. We had 20 overall, 16 for Virginia Union. But as you've talked about before, it's when those turnovers seem to happen. And some of those were a little unforced, not necessarily because of what Virginia Union was doing, but some of our decision making could be questionable.
I thought that they made an adjustment. They played more. They trapped us more in the half court than they did. I mean, we handled their full court stuff, but they really did a good job of taking us out of what we like to do offensively versus zone, and then it became a scramble situation. And versus scramble, you got to be able to make decisions, and we just did not make decisions. We didn't make the right decisions. And again, I didn't. Maybe I didn't put them in the right position. Maybe I can get them. I think about the call that was made. Maybe I should have put them in a better call. And so again, I got to go back and look at it. I got to go back and look at my call sheet and make sure that I put those guys in better positions so that they're able to be successful.
Understood. Coach, you talked about it. It's a brand new season. We'll get you out of here on this one. It's now 1-1, coming off that great feel-good win against Bowie State. Tough win, a tough loss here against Virginia Union. But you say go back to the drawing board. What takes place over the next few days in practice before the game coming up?
Well, just, it's 0-0. We start a new week. We got 2 big road games, starting with Bowie on Wednesday. And then, we end up in Petersburg on Saturday. But we just take it one day at a time, and you just want to be the best version of yourself every day. And this one stings, just because I know those kids really wanted to play well. I mean, they was excited about just playing in front of their home crowd. Obviously the women, they kind of injected energy into us because of the way that they played today. They really played hard. It's just very disappointing, that we just could not, finish the job. And I thought our effort level, just wasn't good consistently. But a lot of that is because of, they broke our spirit. And when you don't rebound the ball, it has a way of kind of wearing on your mental a little bit. And then, unfortunately, we just didn't give our fans what they deserve.
Well, the Panthers are a very good team, but this mighty Vikings basketball team still has time to get to where they want to be. A tough loss here, 43-61 inside the Vaughan Center. Well, we got more games to go, and ECSU is getting themselves prepared for what's to come in Baltimore for the CIAA basketball tournament. Coach Richardson, thank you for taking some time with us.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time here on The Follow Through.